Hi, this is Murza Shakir and welcome to another video to help you stay healthy effortlessly. In the previous video, we understood the cholesterol myth that when you eat cholesterol or when you eat foods which are high in saturated fats like eggs, meat, milk or milk products, they are not directly responsible for increase in your body's cholesterol level. They don't directly travel and get deposited in your arteries, resulting in blocking the arteries. So in today's video, we'll understand that what is the cure, what is the conventional medicines that are used when we talk about management of cholesterol, because there is no cure in terms of conventional medicine. It is only allowing you to manage and take the medicine for the lifetime. And we'll also identify what is the cause, because when you address the cause, which is the root cause of the problem, which is basically creating the imbalance or the disruption of the lipid cycle that we understood in the previous video. Now when you address all the causes which are creating harm or disrupting the lipid cycle, then automatically the body will take care of the cholesterol level, because understand that cholesterol is not something bad which is harmful or which is unhealthy. It is produced inside our body for a reason, and it has a lot of biological functions, from your skin, from your digestion to your reproduction to your hormonal health. All are managed by cholesterol. Cholesterol is part of all these functions in some or the other way. So drastically trying to lower cholesterol or trying to limit food which you think, or they have cholesterol and it is going to increase my cholesterol, is absolutely not true. What you need to work on is these 5 causes which is creating inflammation in the body. So the cause is basically the inflammation in the body, and when this inflammation is high, it disrupts the entire lipid cycle. We understood the oxidation, the glycation which is created because of the harmful refined vegetable oils or the excess amount of sugar. Now there are other parameters which also creates or which also causes inflammation in the body. We'll understand in the video. Now let's address and identify that when you talk about cholesterol, what is available in terms of medicine. So basically when you talk about cholesterol, there are 2 types. One is called the LDL and the another one is the HDL. Now LDL is labeled as bad and HDL is labeled as good. Now this is nothing good or bad. Again, as I mentioned in the previous video, both are equally necessary for the body, and LDL has a different function. So basically the function of the LDL is to take the cholesterol and give it to the different organs and tissues in the body, and the role of the HDL is to take away the excess cholesterol which is circulating and bring it back to the liver, so it can be either metabolized or it can be excreted from the body. So this is basically transporting it to the body, and this is taking excess cholesterol from inside the body and bringing it back to the liver. Now LDL, the problem arises when there is inflammation, and if you remember that entire coating which is there, which is of apoproteins, this gets completely damaged and the body cannot recognize the LDL particle, and it cannot take the LDL particle. Similarly, if the body cannot recognize the LDL particle, the HDL can also not recognize, oh, this is the extra circulating LDL and I have to take it and I have to give it back to the liver. Now this entire damaging of the LDL particle is because of the inflammation. Now the more inflammation, the more the LDL particles, the more this cholesterol will be there in the body. And when this total cholesterol and LDL increases, what we do is we directly resort to medications. So the conventional medicine which is available is the statins. They are the first line of treatment, atorvastatin. There are other medicines or the other classes of statins which are used. Now the problem with the statin is that they lower the blood cholesterol, so they directly go and interact with the enzymes in the liver, and it stops the production of the cholesterol from the liver. Now it is helpful initially when the cholesterol levels are extremely high, but the long term use of statin is extremely harmful for the body. The CDC, which is the Center for Disease Control, has mentioned that it increases the risk of type 2 diabetes two times. So you are taking statins to lower cholesterol, but you are increasing your risk of diabetes twice, and you are twice more likely to get diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Because what happens when you take statin, it directly compromises the activity of insulin, so your blood sugar automatically rises. And if you remember from the last video, that the higher the blood sugar, the higher the inflammation. So it is a vicious cycle, which is, it is at one point of time it is bringing the cholesterol down, but it is also interfering with the insulin sensitivity, and it is compromising the function of insulin. So the insulin cannot take the sugar from the blood and give it to the cells and the organ, and the higher amount of sugar in the body creates more inflammation in the body, creates some more the damage to the LDL, and the more increase in the cholesterol. So it is a vicious cycle. If you are on this medication for the long period of time, for more than 2 years, it is extremely harmful. Again, a disclaimer that you cannot stop these medications by yourself. You need proper guidance, you need proper coaching, proper consultation, so that you can take care of the lifestyle parameters, and then slowly and steadily, with the help of the medical professionals, you can taper it down and ultimately stop it. But you cannot do it just by watching this video. All right, so this is not to encourage you to stop the medications right away by yourself. It is to help you understand that what it is causing and what lifestyle changes you can make, so that ultimately you start staying healthy effortlessly and you don't have to depend on medications. So apart from diabetes, it also does a lot of liver damage in the body. Along with that, there is a lot of muscle damage. There will be a lot of fatigue because of this medication, and along with that, there is also a lot of GI imbalance. The gastric problems are created because of the long-term use of statins. So again, once in a while to start, if your cholesterol levels are extremely high, it could be helpful, but if you are using it for the long period of time, you are increasing your risk of diabetes, liver damage, your muscle damage, and your gastrointestinal damage. So what is the cause which is creating inflammation? So let's understand a few causes which are related to increase in the cholesterol level or damaging the entire lipid cycle. The first one is the low levels of vitamin D and vitamin B12. These two vitamins are extremely important in terms of cholesterol and how the body is utilizing the cholesterol. Now, if the vitamin D is low, the liver will produce more cholesterol because it wants to generate more vitamin D. So this is interlinked. Similarly with vitamin B12. So please check when you are diagnosed with high cholesterol levels, please check your vitamin D and vitamin B12 levels. If they are extremely low, then make appropriate food changes or supplement if you have to take for a small period of time, so that the levels are back to its normal level, and which will help you in again balancing the cholesterol levels. Because certain people, if you are not eating a lot of meat and non-vegetarian products, you are deficient in vitamin B12, though you might be even eating, but if your digestion is not right, if your body is not able to absorb the vitamin B12, then also your body will be deficient. Because I have had clients who are meat eaters, who are eating non-vegetarian food, but they are still deficient in vitamin B12. It is not because of they are not getting enough vitamin B12 in the body, but their body is not able to break down and absorb the vitamin B12, because the complete digestive system is compromised because of inflammation, which is linked to other lifestyle parameters. The second is the food, which we spoke about, the two main categories of food in the last video, which was the refined vegetable oils, which is your canola oil, sunflower oils, all the refined and processed vegetable oils which are high in polyunsaturated fatty acid. And the second is the high amount of sugar. Now this sugar and vegetable oils all come from the processed fast food, either from packet food, from biscuits or chips, or all the burgers or the fries that you eat. They are all loaded with this harmful vegetable oil and excess amount of sugar, which directly creates inflammation, and that damages the LDL particle, the coding or the barcode on the LDL particle, which makes it unrecognizable for the body, and ultimately it leads to blocking of the arteries and more or increase in the level of cholesterol. So these are the food which you need to make sure that you are avoiding on a regular basis. They should not be the part of your daily diet. Excess sugar and processed vegetable oils and all the products, all the market products, which are marketed in the bakery, or all the harmful processed food, you have to stay away from. And you have to make sure that you are eating healthy food which will make your gut bacteria, which will make your digestion strong, like curd, like fiber, like healthy food, home cooked food, dal, rice, roti, normal food that we eat on a daily basis, which our grandfather or forefathers were eating. They were not suffering from high cholesterol. And as I mentioned, the Maasai tribe in Africa, they only survive on meat and milk products. They do not have any heart disease, they do not have any cholesterol, they do not have any blockages, because these foods are not the problem. The problem is the poor lifestyle, the deficiencies of vitamin, the wrong foods that you are eating, which is disrupting the lipid cycle. The third is your quality of sleep. The poor sleep directly compromises the hormonal imbalance in the body. It creates hormonal imbalance in the body, from insulin resistance to hunger issues to eating disorders. And when your sleep is compromised, you crave more of this junk and unhealthy processed fast food. The insulin resistance is compromised. So make sure you take care of your sleep. The next is your stress levels. So any kind of mental, emotional or physical stress that, if you are abusing, or if you are addicted to alcohol or any substance or drug abuse, is also a form of physical stress in the body. And the people, you start doing that because there is some mental, emotional stress in your life, and that will completely put your body under fight and flight response, which will create excess of inflammation in the body, and body cannot heal when it is under the response of stress, when it is under the influence of sympathetic nervous system. So you have to work on your mindset, your emotions, and make sure that you eliminate that, so that the body can again optimize the body's function. The rest and digest mechanism can again be started, and body slowly starts to eliminate inflammation from the body. The last is your physical activity, which is your movement. If you are not moving your body, if you are sitting 8-9 hours throughout the day, you might go to gym for 1 hour, but if you sit for 8-9 hours of day, that 1 hour of gym or activity is of no use. You have to make sure that you are moving your body consciously, and you sit less, so that the entire fat, the cholesterol, everything that is supposed to do its work does its job properly. It does not compromise the body function, it does not raise inflammation in the body. So proper physical activity, stress elimination, I would not say stress management, but you have to eliminate the stress from your system. Sleep, your entire food habits, eating habits, and also you make sure that your vitamin D and B12 levels are optimized. When you take care of these few parameters, it will make sure that you lower the inflammation, and you make sure that the lipid cycle in the body is functioning optimally, and the levels and the ratio of LDL, HDL is optimized, the cholesterol level is optimized. You don't have to worry about what to eat, what not to eat, and that will help you stay healthy effortlessly. And again, if you are on medication, again the disclaimer that you cannot stop it by yourself. Yes, it has a lot of harmful side effects, but it can be used to save life when the levels of cholesterol are extremely high. So that needs to be done. The elimination of the medication has to be done under proper medical supervision, proper health coaching, and proper support. So I hope this video helps you understand what are the changes that you can make to slowly start supporting your body and start supporting the lipid cycle, so that the body's cholesterol levels are optimized and you stay healthy effortlessly. If you have any questions, please post it below the video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with people who are struggling with high cholesterol and they fear certain types of food. So I have people like, they will not eat meat, but they will eat a lot of sugar, which is absolutely unhealthy. That doctors have told you to avoid meat and fat, but you are like enjoying all the sugary stuff, which is creating more inflammation and creating more damage to the entire lipid cycle. Thank you once again so much for watching the video. I'll see you soon in the next video.